What's going on, everyone, and welcome to another random movie review channel. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Chase, and let's talk about one. And the movie I want to talk about right now is Bros. Now, this one comes to us from Universal, and it drops in theaters this Friday, September 30th. If you choose to watch this film, regardless of what I'm about to say, and since it's Universal, I'm sure it'll drop at Peacock at some point too. I don't know if their window's 45 days or 60 days, but I think it's best to assume it will hit on Peacock here pretty soon. In just case if you want to watch it there as well. But anyways, what is this movie about? Two men with commitment problems attempt a relationship. Now, this one is actually directed by Nicholas Stoller, who brought us Forgetting Sarah Marshall and the 5 Year Engagement, and he co-wrote it with Billy Eichner, who is the lead of the film. And I don't know what the exact number is, but I believe the majority of this cast, if not all of the cast, is a part of the LGBTQ plus community, which is awesome. Really just representing, because that's the whole central theme of this film. It's a gay romance, so that's really cool on their end. And so, yeah, so I was looking forward to this. I love Nicholas Stoller. Forgetting Sarah Marshall is not only one of the best theater experiences I've ever had in my life. People were just hooting and hollering the entire time. I remember a lot of people walked out after Jason Segel showed his penis in the opening scene. A lot of people just got up and left, and I thought that was really funny. But yeah, that was a great theater experience. It's one of my favorite comedies of all time. Get Him to the Greek, the offshoot movie, is also pretty funny. And the 5 Year Engagement, I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember kind of liking it. Definitely not as impactful as Forgetting Sarah Marshall, but still a good little film nonetheless. But I'm glad he's coming back. And of course, produced by Judd Apatow. He brought us, Trainwreck and Bridesmaids, and really kind of pushing people that are the leads in the film that have also co-written it or written it, and like putting them in the forefront, and that's awesome. So yeah, he did that with Amy Schumer and Trainwreck, and then Kristen Wiig with Bridesmaids. So yeah, I was really excited to see this. I like a good comedy, a good romance. So why not? So I was like, let's dive right into this. So after watching it, hi, it's me interrupting me, and I just wanted to take a break to thank the sponsor of this review, Movie Palette. Movie Palette takes the concept of the movie poster to the next level. Movie Palette consists of stripes of colors carefully chosen by their team of artists. Every stripe represents a color of a particular scene in a movie and is put in chronological order on the canvas. There are so many movies to pick from, and it doesn't even stop there. They also have whole seasons of TV shows. I recently moved and I needed some things to put on my wall, and I was getting tired of putting up traditional movie posters and wanting something different, and Movie Palette stepped up to the plate. The movie palette that I chose was one of my favorite movies of all time, Logan. This gorgeous palette is a constant reminder of how beautiful this film is and how each scene evokes a different emotion all through its language of color, not to mention a great conversation starter. This is a unique piece to any film and TV lover's home, and I want to help you get one. Use the discount code CHASE15 for 15% off of any product on their website. Film is art, so why not display your favorite as such? That's 15% off of your order when you use the code CHASE15. I like it a lot. I like it's a good romance film. It's a good comedy. It's a great date film to take your significant other to. I think you're gonna have a blast with it. And it's got a sweet romance. It's got some edgy humor in it. It's got a little bit for everyone. But it's definitely a great little movie. I was laughing really hard at some points. I teared up in certain points because it was just this beautiful romance that was forming before our eyes. It was just an all around good theater experience. Great movie. So no complaints here. So let's kind of break it down a little bit. Nicholas Stoller, to me, he has a really great sense of directing comedies. Like he knows how to just craft a really good story with good characters that we want to follow from beginning to end. They're very likable. They're very personable. They have charisma, and they have faults, but we still, excuse me, we still love them. And so he's really great at crafting films centered around characters that could be flawed, but overall are just really fun people to kind of follow. Even with Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Jason Segel's going through a breakup. There's something about him that is, likable. Even though he's kind of going through a breakdown, it's still just a fun little character to follow. Same here. Billy Eichner, he's not looking for love. He stumbles upon it in a club. He doesn't have to go on a dating app for it. and he meets Luke McFarlane's character, and they just kind of hit it off, and they go through the trials and tribulations of an adult relationship. And so you see them have fights, you see them love each other deeply, you see them have spats, and you see them take breaks, and it's everything that you would expect in a romance film. And I think having a gay relationship like this in a major motion studio picture. I know that like there's a lot of independent films out there. You know, one of my favorite gay romance films of all time, Moonlight, that won Best Picture of the Oscars. Oscars. That's the highest thing you could ever get in the movie industry when it comes to awards, right? But this is front loaded with so much money behind it. And I'm glad that there is something like this to be pushed out there into the mainstream, into thousands and thousands of theaters. So that's really great, and I think it's a win for Nicholas Stoller. It's a win for Billy Eichner and the rest of the cast and crew. But going back to the story, it's a really great journey for this character to follow because he's in his 40s. Like we're not watching someone that's like in their 20s still trying to figure out life. Billy Eichner's character, his life and his person, his persona, it's pretty much solidified. He knows what he wants in life. He goes after his goals, and he just goes for it. He's not looking for anything. But when something is coming his way and kind of challenge his um his love a little bit, like that excites him. And the same with Luke McFarlane's character. I think being challenged, like he stated in the film, is exciting for him. So they are definitely two different people, but they just work so well together. And it was a sweet little romance. It was charming as hell. So I love the story. I love the comedic beats. Billy Eichner, to me, he's got great comedic timing. You know what's really interesting about him is that when I first heard about this, I was like, that's great that he's co-writing, but a lead actor, I don't know if he can do this because Billy Eichner's always been great as supporting. He just is. Like he's a great supporting actor. He proved me wrong with this one. The romance worked. Their chemistry is off the charts. It's just like I said, he Billy Eichner is very, he's a little cynical. He's got some dark comedic edge to him, but he is sweet underneath all that kind of hard surface. And then Luke McFarlane's character, he's just a soft teddy bear who's still trying to figure out his path in life, but they work very well together. They're a great team. And I think that's really important for this film. If you're making any type of romance, I don't care if it's gay or straight, your two leads have to work, and their chemistry is off the charts. The relationship works, and I liked following their journey, whether it be good or bad, because I knew at the very end, like they're right for each other. They just have to find their way. And so I thought the story was really great, and it was written really well too. And on top of that, and with the script, I thought it was very interesting with the commentary on gay history, on how like gay romances throughout history have been scrubbed and not a lot of people talk about it. Like, romances from the Lincoln era, Civil War era, the Great Depression. It doesn't matter. Gay romances have happened all throughout history, and I thought it was really interesting on what they were bringing up in terms of like how gay history is being scrubbed. And one of the things in this movie is that Billy Eichner is he's like a museum curator, and so he's doing like this kind of gay history um, museum to like kind of showcase some people that might have perceived some people as just straight in history books. It's like, no, they were actually like bi, they were actually a lesbian, they were actually trans. And like, that's really cool because you don't hear a lot about that. You really don't. And so I thought that was really cool of them to just kind of showcase that gay romances have happened throughout all the time, but no one likes to talk about it because they're always demonized, and people still have stigmas on it, which is so stupid. And it's just like it's 2022, get over it. But yeah, I thought that was really really great for this story. So hey, listen, you have a lot of money and you have a big wide uh wide release picture. Put stuff in that to show people like this is history, like this is just real. So that was something that was really nice about it. Performances. Billy Eichner and Luke McFarlane have had the best chemistry of any romance I've seen this year. It's just straight up true. Um, I thought everything about them was just so adorable. And like I said, they have differences, but that's what makes a great relationship is that they kept pushing each other and challenging each other, and they formed this like deep loving bond, and they didn't even know it because they were both were in denial, like I'm not really looking for this, I'm not looking for that, but they just kept hanging out. And they're just like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give in because you are someone that is worth it for me to like go for it. And so, even though they said that like Luke McFarlane's character, Billy Eichner, is not his type, but he realized that like this is the person I want to be with. And so it's a lot of realizations, and it's just a really sweet romance. And to their credit, the comedy works really well and the drama works really well. There are a couple of moments where it got me in the feels. There's a great monologue that Billy Eichner gives in the middle of the film about being confident, especially as a gay person in America, and how he's had to fight harder for more things than other people, and just because people downplay him just because of his sexuality. And so that was a really great monologue, and that proved to me right there that Billy Eichner can do drama. I've never seen him before because you see him from Parks and Rec, you see him from other comedy shows and movies. Like, he's very funny, he's quick on his feet, he does Billy on the Street, but the drama really worked when Billy has time to breathe in a scene, and that's what Nicholas Stoller does very well with the direction and letting scenes breathe. That performance comes out, and it's really magical to see because I was really glued into what he was saying with that monologue, and it was really poignant stuff. There's also a couple of arguments that they have that really kind of got me because, like I said, it doesn't matter if it's gay or straight. If it's a good romance, I'm gonna tear up because I'm invested in these people's lives, and I just want them to make it through. But yeah, there was a couple of arguments where they really kind of got into it, and I was like, this is really sad to watch. They're both making interesting points, and I'm just wondering, like, how are they going to get past this? And because I was just that invested because their performances were so good. And then at the very end, Billy Eichner once again drops a nice little drama, uh, bit of weight on the story, and it was I don't know, it was just really nice. It made my heart just smile. It was just so big. So yeah, I thought the performances from the two leads were great, and you have to have that in any romance for any movie to work. But it was just a very very cute romance. So supporting cast is great. Um, Adds a lot of life and personality to the story. They pass through a lot of people in their lives, whether it be at Billy Eichner's museum job or Luke McFarlane when he's out at the club and he's meeting other people. Like, this this whole film is filled with so much great supporting cast that you really feel like you were just watching the slice of life of two people in New York City just going about their day to day. So I thought everyone did a pretty great job with that. But other than that, it's shot competently. Usually with Judd Apatow films, cinematography is not, um, you know, at the forefront. Rightfully so. I just want you to create an entertaining film with whatever is at your core to work, which is in this case a romance. Um, Music is fine. Editing is fine. It's paced out really well for 2 hours, which is one of the shorter Judd Apatow films. Um, yeah, I think it doesn't overstay its welcome. Welcome, it's perfect in terms of execution and story. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. I had a blast with this film. I think everyone can appreciate it's universal. Um, to everyone, and the themes of relationships and how people can love another person and just going through the ups and downs of that. But I'm glad that a movie like this exists to really kind of push a gay romance and have most of the cast within that community just be at the forefront with a very expensive Hollywood motion picture. And there's a lot of movies out there, a lot of independent films that do the exact same thing. And I've appreciated all of those movies as well. But it is nice to kind of see them take one step further and do a film that is unabashedly honest and genuine about being gay in this country, being gay throughout our history, gay romances, how they're perceived by people. That's what I love about Billy and his sensibilities is that he's very upfront. He's always been upfront. He's a very brash person, and I like that. He does that same thing here with the script and the performance. Like, it's just unapologetic, and I love it. So yeah, it's a really great movie. Go check it out if you and your significant other want to watch something this weekend. Yeah, great little rom com. So what did you guys think of Bros? Please let me know down below what you thought of the film. And that will do it for this review. I'm Chase Lee, and tune in next time for whatever I review next. Thank you to our sponsor, Movie Palette. Please check out the discount code below if you want something from their website. You can use the discount code Chase15 to get 15% off of any order that you choose from. So that will do it. I'm Chase. Goodbye. See you next time.